gems, and I have a feeling Brooklyn is loaded with them. In fact, rumor has it a unique dining experience awaits me somewhere inside this tiny spot. But while I'm not complaining, all I see here is a never-ending wall of taps. Usually I stop for a beer, but tonight I'm on a mission.
Daniel! I have been looking everywhere for this place. There's no signs. What gives?
Just past an unassuming bar behind an unmarked sliding door, I find Luxus, an underground gem putting a twist on your standard speakeasy.
A lot of times there's the restaurant that has the secret bar, and we sort of wanted to flop that on its head a little bit.
And what kind of atmosphere are you guys going for here?
A little bit Scandinavian and a little bit Brooklyn as well. Clean and minimal, but still warm feeling.
This room is beautiful. It's rustic, modern, and it really takes you to another place.
As Greenpoint's first Michelin star restaurant and the world's first ever beer-only establishment to earn this honor, Luxus offers a hip take on fine dining.
Luxus means luxury, and the point about that is sort of a tongue-in-cheek comment on what's fine dining. It's much more about the food and the experience than about French service and quite 50 bucks.
And much like the restaurant's locale, diners are kept in the dark up until their first course.
So we find out about allergies, and then we sort of curate the whole experience for it.
Everything's a secret here. The atmosphere here is very intimate, it's quiet, it's hidden, you have to find it, and it's a very personal experience.
But I do manage to find the kitchen for a hands-on lesson in Nordic cuisine.
Making first the pheasant dish with celery root as the garnish.
It almost looks like a coconut.
So this is hay from one of the farms.
This is real hay.
Real hay, yeah.
Is this just for presentation?
No, we're gonna wrap each celery root in the hay.
What does the hay do?
Well, it adds flavor, sort of a grassy note.
We adhere the hay to the root with clay made from salt, flour, water, and kombu, a type of seaweed usually found in Japanese cuisine.
This does not look edible, but it's what's inside of this, right? Not the outside. This doesn't look like something you eat. It looks like a dinosaur egg in a nest.
The Jurassic root bakes in the oven for 2 hours, and voila! Time to get cracking, literally.
That's when really crack it. Is it supposed to like crack everything?
Well, crack, and then we can give it a few times.
You might want to take over. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh.
Like a perfectly hatched egg, we peel the shell and discover a much softer root we then split into pieces before smoking it with a spice known for flavoring gin.
So that's green juniper?
I can eat this?
Yes.
Tastes like Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's getting smoky.
And then we put it right on top.
And now for the main attraction.
So here's the pheasant. We age it 4 days, and then we marinate it after that.
Wow, this might be the best pheasant I'm ever gonna taste.
Hopefully.
While the pheasant bakes, we power up some beets with a strong concoction of flavors.
The glaze for the beets is reduced carrot juice, reduced beet juice with licorice. They use a lot in Scandinavia.
That's black licorice. Oh, that looks delicious.
And now we plate.
There's a lot of ingredients that are very earthy, like the juniper, hay, and they all play a part into this dish. I can't wait to try it. And here it is, the pheasant.
The pheasant with the salted plums, beets, and the smoked celery.
The pheasant has so much flavor. It's crispy, but still tender and moist. Similar to chicken, but a little more gamey.
A little more gamey, and you can hopefully taste the marinade a little bit.
It's really cool that you have an Asian marinade, but it's Nordic style cuisine.
Yeah.
Delicious. Alright, well, here it goes. This is the dinosaur egg that's now cracked. Wow. Oh my god, that is so good. It tastes like celery, but you taste the hay
Yes.
and juniper from smoking it.
Right.
Well, Daniel, you've won me over with new Nordic cuisine.
Well, that's fantastic to hear.
The food was to die for, so good. And then you come out here on your way out and you have a beer.
Back on the other side of the sliding door, I quench my tourist at, well, tourist.
Which means thirst in Danish.
And with 21 craft brews on tap, I couldn't think of a better name.
We have for you the Lover Beer, Beer Premium. It's very much like a red wine.
That is good. It is like a red wine.
This one is from Evil Twin, the Bikini Beer.
Bikini beer, I like that. That's really good. It's definitely got a bite to it. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for having me. Your place is amazing, and something tells me it's not going to be a secret for much longer.
Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
Addicted to it, and then when I moved to New York, I sort of hooked up again. And Circus Sound is one of the places that allows you to get intimate with the artist and actually experience everything.
Want more First Look in your life? Check out FirstLookTV.com for full episodes, behind the scenes extras, and more. Earlier tonight, Vulture music writer Loretta Charlton introduced me to New York's underground music scene. And now, the music continues with me in the lead across the river. And while I have a general sense of where we're going, what happens when we arrive is so far still a mystery. So Loretta, our journey continues here in Brooklyn, actually Bushwick to be exact. I have no idea where we're going. I do know it's called So Far Sounds, and I do have an address. We gotta find the signs and they'll direct us where to go. Maybe sounds a little bit sketchy? Yep, turn left. So Far Sounds is an underground music event born in London 2009 that has since grown to over 100 cities worldwide. Its goal is to bring the magic back to live music, and usually that magic happens in the most unusual of spaces. This looks like an apartment, not a venue. Where are we?
So we're in someone's loft in Bushwick. We typically do shows in apartments because we want the shows to be intimate and special and unique.
So I did Circus Sounds when I was living in London, and I got sort of addicted to it. And then when I moved to New York, I sort of hooked up again. And Circus Sounds is one of the places that allows you to get intimate with the artist and actually experience everything that they have to offer as an artist.
So before the show, the only thing you know is the general location and the date. And then the day before the show, you receive the address.
I would say it is definitely an underground vibe. Very exclusive. If you know about it, you know about it. If you don't, you gotta learn about it.
Can you tell us who's playing tonight? That's actually a secret too, so you never know who's going to be playing.
Even as a host, I even have no idea who's going to be performing. I think there's an excitement about having no idea, being able to discover a new band. You're not coming to see someone specifically, you're coming just to enjoy a good musical experience. Well, so far it sounds amazing, and I cannot wait to check this out.
Amid all the secrecy, I did manage to find out there are 3 acts on the bill and 3 rules of the house.
First one is no texting or talking during the performance. The second rule is support bands if you like them. And the third rule is stay for the entire evening.
This place is filling up.
As an up-and-coming artist, it's so rare you get to play to a central crowd. Making live music that is get drunk, not necessarily for music.
I like how you see from the piano guitar, anything in front.
The audience usually really gives positive reception to all of the artists because so far we've spoken really good job curating.
I had no idea we were going to be listening to a poet tonight, and it was so powerful.
That I dress like a boy, because maybe I am a boy and a girl. Maybe my name is Andrea Andrews.
So far the performances are awesome. They're all so different.
It's nice to just have a really quiet listening environment and these stripped down versions of our songs.
I told you. Shit.
That was awesome. What a crazy night to end the day.
Yeah.
So are you going to have the next one at your place?
I would come to one if you hosted one.
In LA?
Yes.
This is an underground death for
great person to partner with. She knows so much about music. We weren't sure what we were getting ourselves into. It was a little sketchy, but we made it and we loved it, and I'm definitely coming back. Often called the greatest city in the world, New York moves to the beat of its own soundtrack, and that soundtrack can be heard everywhere you go. Often called the greatest city in the world, New York moves to the beat of its own soundtrack, and that soundtrack can be heard everywhere you go. Tonight, I'm hooking up with Vulture music reporter Loretta Charlton, and together we're getting a taste of New York's diverse music scene, and our journey begins underground. So walking through these subway stations is literally like walking through a concert hall. Where do all these musicians come from?
A lot of them are part of an awesome program that was launched through the MTA back in 1985. It's called Music Under New York, and they actually audition right here in Grand Central.
Really?
Yeah. The great thing is any musician can play in the New York City subway, but if you want prime location and a lot of exposure, that's where Music Under New York comes in.
Well, I heard some. I guess we'll just follow the music, right?
That's good.
Okay. Not a bad way to commute to work. Some live music on the way. You play so beautifully. How long have you played violin?
48 years.
So what inspired you to audition for the Music Under New York program?
Well, I saw the musicians in the subway when I was commuting, and I noticed they had the best locations, so it's really the best way to get out into the public.
I really feel like music sets the mood and it takes people out of their minds.
That's what I'm trying to do. I think it's a form of therapy.
Well, you played beautifully. Thank you. Oh, it's so cool. Beautifully done.
Thank you.
That was amazing. What instrument is this?
This instrument is called kora.
Kora.
Kora has two sides. The right side has 10 strings, the left hand side has 11 strings.
Where does it come from?
The kora originally comes from Gambia, West Africa.
How is it performing down here compared to up there?
I like it more here because it's kind of acoustic.
It echoes like it bounces off. Yeah.
It sounds good.
You played beautifully, and thank you for taking time to talk to us.
Welcome.
I wonder why I love playing down here, because it does echo off. You can hear it from far away.
It's a nice element to your day-to-day grind in New York.
Loretta, this has been such an awesome